In the previous video, we have set up Google Cloud Run container, and in this video we are going to continue working with the Google Cloud Run so that we can fully connect it to Umbraco Cloud project. So let's get started. Our main goal with the next steps is to get a single IP address that we can add to the Umbraco Cloud portal so that the subscribers are able to access the database. As a first thing, we will need to set up a VPC network. I will pin it, and remember, if you can find it, you can use the search bar. I'll click on the VPC network. As seen, you might need to enable some extra options. Make sure to do that so that we can actually use the specific features of Google Cloud. Then I will click to create a VPC network. You can name this as well however you want. In my case, I will call it Cross Cloud-VPC network. Then I will move on to create a new subnet. And I will call this Cross Cloud EU subnet. And the region needs to be the same as the one that I have set it up previously. So in my case, it was Europe West 1. With the IPv4 range of, for example, 10870/28. To have our subnet corresponding to VPC connector, the IPv4 range needs to be in this /28 range format at the end. These addresses should be unique compared to other subnets to not clash with each other. Moving on, we need to allow the IPv4 firewall rules so we are able to connect our container from the internet. And then I will leave the rest as it is and click create. Then still under the VPC networks, I will click on serverless VPC access. And here I will follow the steps to enable the missing serverless VPC access API so that I can actually use this serverless VPC access connector. And now I am actually able to create a new connector, so I'll just click on that button. So here I will add a name, for example, Cross Cloud EU Connect with the same region, which was Europe West 1. And here we can choose the network, which is the one that we have just created, and the same for the subnet, and create. Moving on, we will need to set up something called cloud routers. So I will just look for that in the search bar. Then I will click to create a new router, and I will call this cross-cloud EU router with the VPC network and the same Europe West 1 region, and click create. Then we need to head back to the VPC network, and in this case we are going to the IP addresses to reserve an external static IP address. Here I will call this Cross Cloud EU IP. Then I will change the network service tier to standard using IPv4, and I will keep the same regional type. And here I would just need to make sure that I'm changing to the right region. And click to reserve. Moving on, let's create a Cloud NAT gateway. For this, we need to head to Network Services, Cloud NAT, and here we are going to click to get started. Then I will name this Cross Cloud EU NAT gateway, and I will choose the VPC network with the same region and router. Moving on, I will change this CloudNet IP address to manual, where I'm going to choose the standard service tier with the IP address that we have created, and then click to create. Now let's connect the container to the VPC network. So let's head back to the VPC network. IP address. Then I will copy the name and into my Umbraco Cloud project, I will add a new IP address with the same name. You can actually name this however you want to. However, for the IP address, it needs to be the same and add new IP address. Now let's update the Cloud Run container so that it can use the VPC network. So for this, we'll need to head back to the Cloud Run. Then we are going to edit and deploy a new revision. Then under the networking tab, I'll click to connect to VPC for outbound traffic. Then I'll click to use serverless VPC access connectors using the VPC network and then routing all traffic to the VPC and deploy. So now that we have connected our Cloud Run to the VPC, where with the VPC we got an IP address that we could add to our Umbraco Cloud project. Now we should be able to see the same front end that we have set up on our cloud project. There we go. In this video, we have finished setting up a Google Cloud Run container for one region. See you in the next video.